What's going on, guys? Okay, so basically today I wanted to kind of make a video about the UFC. I'm a big fan. I love the UFC. I love MMA. So I thought I would post a video of my top 5 favorite knockouts at this point in time. Now, these aren't necessarily the most impressive knockouts. They're just my 5 favorite. I'm just a fan. I'm not a professional. Do not chirp me. I'm not doing it. These are my top 5, personally speaking, and I'll tell you why once we get to each one of them. But basically, I think that these are all really good options, and I went throughout my whole. These are my top 5 favorite UFC knockouts of all time, as of right now. And basically, I would say that I picked ones from all throughout the UFC history. Kind of, I've hit a lot of different aspects and areas. So I guess we're just gonna get into it because these ones they're my favorite, and we're going to get right into it. So here we go. I'm about to pop them up on the screen now, and we're just going to get into it. I think it's going to be a fun one. So enjoy. So first off, guys. Alright, guys. So first off, the knockout that I picked to start us out, number 5, Ultimate Fighter, Uriah Hall. Spinning kick knockout. Watch this. That has to be on the list. That knockout has to be on the list. The amount of damage he did. I mean, look at the guy. Look at the guy. The amount of damage that he did and the way he did it. And the execution was flawless. It was just perfect setup, clean. I mean, arguably that should be higher on the list. But it is the Ultimate Fighter, so the competition isn't it's still a high-level competition, don't get me wrong, but it's the Ultimate Fighter, so it's not straight-up UFC, that's the highest level. So I mean, look at it, the looks on their faces, bro. The damage was done. So what I'm saying is, it was a no-brainer to be on the list, and it probably should be higher, but that's just where it ranks for me, personally. Next up, we've got Chuck Liddell versus Rashad Evans. This is old school, when UFC was in its prime. Look at the combination. Look at the combinations. Combinations! Dude, come on. They're just banging. Head banging, bro. Head banging. He's wobbled, but he's still there. Rashad just keeps coming forward, and then we have the all-time legend, Chuck Liddell. And Chuck Liddell, he's slept. He's unconscious, straight out cold. That right there, combined with the flawless plays that they've been doing, the setups they had right before that, those combinations, that had to outrank Uriah Hall, personally, because that's old school. That's when it was, when it was in the rough, so I would say that that's my 4th pick, my 4th favorite knockout. Rashad Evans, man. This is 3rd because look at that. This is a quick clip, but look at that. Oh my gosh. And yeah, I mean, first, okay. The reason I picked Michael Chandler for 3rd is that was beautiful execution. Everything was perfect. It was just brutal, high-level competition between him and Tony Ferguson. Had to pick that for 3rd. I think that was a good place. Now this one, guys, y'all already have seen it. I already know, but
And Aldo looks like he's feeling the pressure of this moment.
Just watch. Combination. Little kick. And he's pressing the issue, and bam, presses the issue and gets absolutely dominated on a counter strike. That is just, and everything about that, it was the quickest knockout, the speed, everything about that. They just started the round, first round. That arguably should be first, because when you also take in the implications, the fact of what that did to the sport and the level that it brought it to, how much that one event played a role in everything in the future, I mean, 2nd place, you could argue first. But when you see first, I think you'll see why I said 1st place beats this one. Because at this point in time, that's the fastest knockout in like history at this point in time. When this fight happened, that was the fastest knockout at that point. You can listen to Joe Rogan, 1 punch KO, man. How can you beat that? You're probably thinking you can't. What could be first? What knockout could be first, in my opinion, above that one? Well, we're about to find out, guys. Stay tuned. Drop a click on the like button right now as we hop into this first place pick, and we're gonna see why it's first place.
And then hammer fist, out cold, and that's it. That's incredible. One more look at it.
There's a slow motion replay right there.
Left hand, out cold,
hammer fist.
Incredible that he connected with a punch as his brain was shutting off.
I mean, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Like, he connects with the punch as he's knocked out. That's Jose Aldo. You gotta understand, Jose Aldo, this guy was undefeated for like 10 years, and then that just happened. He goes undefeated for like basically forever, and then bam, gets swept in one punch. That's why it was so big.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee John McCarthy.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. And there it is. That's Conor McGregor for you. And Jose Aldo. He'd never fought the same ever after this fight. He's never fought at that level again. Like, he basically fell off after this fight because, I mean, he's still winning, he's still doing damage, but he kind of, like, you know, he lost that mystique about him. Conor was out there taking souls. But anyway, so first pick, guys, first pick. This is my first place, most favorited knockout. Here we go. You're about to see why, once again. Jorge Masvidal, Ben Askren. Ben Askren's undefeated, basically. Supposed to be a wrestling god, you know. Boom! He's frozen worse than the guy. He was frozen worse than the person that Uriah Hall knocked out. He's unconscious. At least that guy was somewhat conscious. This is the new fastest knockout in history. That knockout on Jose Aldo that we just saw was the fastest, but that was even faster, what we just saw here. So if you just look at that comparison, this one has to beat it. I mean, this is monumental. And once again, absolute insanity. I mean, you know, I didn't really like the disrespect that he was throwing afterwards. Like, he just massacred this dude, and he's just out here just kind of, you know. But you can't deny the knockout, though. It's still one of the best knockouts of all time. You can hate the guy. That's still an insane knockout. It's crazy. Alright, guys, but that'll do it for this video. Those are my favorite. Drop a like, and stay tuned for the next one.